I am so glad to be doing this with you and so glad to be sharing two processes that have changed my life and changed my life on a regular basis and that I rely on deeply to help me live the life that I want to live and become the person I want to become and enjoy and experience my life as I am. These are deep, beautiful, simple, organic practices. Now, I've been a serious meditator for about 40 years, maybe 45 years. I've been really serious for, ever since I was really quite young. And so I really believe in kind of extended, ongoing daily practice. And I love that. It's not for everybody, but what is for everybody are these things that I call micro meditations, which are quick and organic processes that you can weave into the fabric of your life and touch magic, touch compassion, touch wisdom, get lessons, get guidance, get direction, and get intuition. Uh, this process, and that's the first one that I'm going to teach you, which is the inner mentor process. Anyone who has worked with me in my intensives or my courses knows the inner mentor process. I use it every day. I have an inner mentor buddy every single day. We get together and share our messages because they're just so beautiful. So I'm excited to explain it to you and to lead you in it and to offer it to you because truly it can open up your world in exquisite ways. And I cannot tell you how many people tell me that it has done that for them. Okay, so I'm going to tell you just a little bit about how this process came to be, this inner mentor process, and a little bit, just a drop about my story with it. Um, I, when I was quite a bit younger, I was, I guess, in my late 20s. I was given an opportunity to put together a very big conference at Columbia University um, on spirituality and psychotherapy in the LGBTQ community. I had never done anything this big before. I was incredibly excited and honored and delighted and terrified. And so one day I thought, I'm going to imagine a me that can do this. Because a dear friend of mine who had AIDS and was living in great terror did this exercise where he imagined a him who could bear the pain and the fear and the unknowingness of AIDS. He imagined a him who was big enough and amazing enough to do that. And just the imagining, and then for him, he painted that him, reduced a fear that was just eating him alive at the time. It really worked. It really worked for him. And I thought, why don't I get a vision of a me that's big enough and together enough and organized enough to create this conference? Because that's not me of today. So I'm going to picture this me. Well, I did this exercise and I had an image of me that really changed my life. It was so fabulous. I really pictured the me that I could be one day, that I was meant to be. And I got guidance from that me that was very particular to my entire life story. It was such a beautiful, powerful process. And get this, for 30 years afterwards, I never did it again. 30 years because I didn't feel like I deserved or would be able to hit that point again. I had all this, like, insecurity stuff and all of that that wouldn't let me do this. And years later, I reached a point where I was able to just go for it and picture that me without all of the shame and insecurity. And I pictured this me and I was able to do this exercise. So I became this me and I called out guidance to me. And the guidance was amazing. And that was years ago. And I now have years of daily meditations from my inner mentor. And what I discovered is that you could do this at the drop of a hat. When you get just a little bit skilled at it, you could be entering into a revolving door. And by the time you're through and in the building, you will have done your inner mentor process. And I could promise you something else too. A huge percent of the time, the message that you get is not one you would have come up with yourself. It's going to have more compassion, more tenderness, more ingenuity, more truth, and more practicality than we normally can think of when we're kind of like embedded and trying to like climb our way up this damn mountain. So that's this inner mentor process. And I'll say one other beautiful thing about it before I lead you in it. Mentorship is one of the most powerful ways to become the person you dream of being, having a mentor. Well, another gift in this process is that every time you do it, you are going to develop, it's like a session with your mentor, the you are meant to be. And so over time doing this, you become more and more that person. It's a love relationship that's a mentor relationship, and you'll see what I mean. So this is a treasure practice, and it is a practice that is built for the crazy, strange world of dating and love, because that is a scary, strange world. And from your inner mentor, you will get advice that will soothe your heart, set you on a wiser path, help you love yourself, help you be brave, and help you discriminate better. So these are all the kind of fabulous things that happen with this process that will be available to you 24/7. So I'm going to guide you in it right now. So I'd like you to close your eyes and just take a minute, get comfortable, get ready for a really beautiful process. And I want you to just remember a time that you felt really comfortable in your own skin, just really comfortable and good and safe with yourself, just right inside yourself. Now, you don't have to worry about how well you remember. It could be a gentle breeze of a memory. That's good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to be sustained. But just kind of get that feel of a time that you felt so good in your own skin. Maybe you were in nature. Maybe you were with a very, very safe person, with a pet. Just remember that time. And remember the flavor, the taste of how it feels when you feel that comfortable in your own skin. It's a very unique to you taste and flavor. So let yourself just remember that. And just take a breath in, exhale and let it go. And just let that memory stay. Let it kind of glow inside of you. Let it ripple, let it float around. Don't force it, but just let the ripples of that fabulous memory stay with you. Good. So now I want you to come up with another memory. And this is a memory of a time that your heart felt filled with love. Not a memory in which the being that you were loving ended up betraying you in the future. Someone with a memory that you could think of now and still have a good feeling inside. It could be a pet, it could be a grandparent, it could be a best friend, it could be a spiritual teacher. But I want it to feel like a good memory to you. And just remember a time that your heart just felt bursting with love, just full of love. Maybe quiet love, maybe boisterous love, maybe sexual, romantic love, maybe familial love, spiritual love. Doesn't matter. It's all fine. But just remember that. One memory. Doesn't have to be the quintessential everything memory, just whatever memory comes to you. And remember just how you felt in your heart, how you felt in your body, what that taste is for you of great love, what that tastes like, what it feels like in your being. Just remember that gently, easily, no stress. And just take that gentle, gentle memory and just hold it close. Just take a breath in, exhale, and just relax. And let this memory and this feeling, in a gentle, gentle way, in an organic way, just ripple inside of you. There's just one more memory. I want you to remember a time that you accomplished something that was hard, that you felt good about. You know, that feeling that you have, that kind of reliefy, kind of glowy feeling when you did something and you accomplished something that was hard to do and you got through it and you achieved you followed through on the vision of what you wanted. So just remember what that feels like when you've accomplished something. It could be very small. It could be cooking a wonderful meal. It could be anything. But just that particular taste of mastery, of having accomplished something. And just hold that feeling, remember that feeling, taste that feeling, that integrated feeling of you, that good feeling of you. And take a breath in, exhale, and let it go. Just let that ripple inside of you. So, in the gentlest way, the feeling of safety and comfort in your own skin, and love and mastery, accomplishment, creation are all kind of inside of you. All these beautiful, wonderful parts of you, very essential parts of the best parts of you. So now, this is an imagination. You do not have to earn it. You do not have to achieve it. It's an imagination exercise. I want you to imagine a you that lives in the beauty of those spaces even more fully, that has planted their feet down in that terrain of who you are meant to be, like a you unfolded, an evolved version of you, the you that you're meant to be, a you that's on the other side of all your inner glass ceilings and I can'ts and I don't deserves and what ifs. A you that is living kind of with the power and the dignity to live from the heart of this essence of you place. You're just going to imagine that you. And just imagine looking at this person's face. What does this person's face reflect? What do their eyes reflect? What does their face express? This is you, the you are meant to be, the you could envision yourself being. Essence of you unfolded. Just look at that you. And now we're going to have some fun because you are going to step inside that you and you're not going to do it perfectly and you're not going to worry about how to do it. You're just going to like jump in, just jump in. You're behind the eyes of that you. And in a way, it's a leap because it's an imagination process, but in a way, it's you. It's just free you, it's essence of you. So just let yourself imagine that you are just this beautiful essence of unfolded, evolved, integrated, fabulous you. And from here, look at the you of today, right now. The you of today that is struggling, that is dating, that cares about intimacy, that is looking for a relationship, the you that is trying to grow, and think, what guidance from this place do I most want to call out? Just regard the you of today from behind the eyes of this evolved you. Regard the you of today and think, what guidance do I want to call out? And now, I'd like you to just whisper or speak out loud, because nobody can hear you, the words that you would want to say. Or you, if there's somebody around or you don't feel comfortable, whisper them quietly. But I'd like you to just take a few minutes now and just see what comes out of you. You are the essence of you, looking at the you of today and thinking, what guidance do I most want to give the me of today from this place? So take a few minutes and enjoy that and just see what comes out. Just keep talking, whispering, and see what comes out. Take a few minutes to do that. Take another few moments. Good. And now I want you to open up your arms. Imagine opening your arms. You are this an unfolded, evolved essence of empowered, free, liberated you. Open your arms and take the you of today into your arms. And now you get to be both. You get to be the you of today and the essence of you, holding and hugging each other. You get both. And now gently come back to being you. And thank your inner mentor, knowing that this is the beginning of a love relationship that will not end. You really do have that power. And think of the message, and your job is not to like get it perfectly. Your job is just to love the message. Just take in that message and love it and enjoy it. And as this evening goes on, think about it once or twice more. You might even want to read it out to yourself. You might want to write it down. I know so many people who, including me, who write every one of these down. I have years worth of them. But just take that message because it's a really important message. It's like the message that you really need to hear. And then your job is to honor that. So that is the inner mentor process. And you have completed it. So just take a breath in, exhale, and let it go. And just know that this is a portable wisdom fount for you. This is a place where you will get guidance on the weirdest, craziest things. You will get guidance that will, like, remember when you played pin the tail on the donkey and like you'd spin around, which is like the land of dating. You don't know where you are. You're not exactly sure. But then like one of the parents would come and they would put their hands on your shoulders and they would guide you toward where the target, where that donkey is. I still remember that good feeling of being guided, being completely lost and knowing, oh, okay, that's where the target is. That's what your inner mentor is going to do. It's gently going to take you and move you in the direction of your beauty and your capacity and in the direction of wiser, healthier love. So we have completed that process now, and it's yours.